Okay, so from the last session we have render all the render passes that we need. So basically we have our set by itself, the mats that we need, um, the character, the egg. The egg is somewhere here. Then we got our volume pass as well. So this is a quick look of everything A over B. So the character with the set. Something is wrong here. Just notice. But oh no, because the egg is in front. Then I got my egg. Then I got my volume. Okay, so this is how it looks out of the box. So it's pretty good. It's just that sometimes we will of course want to fine tune stuff in comp. So what we can do is I'll take a look at the playblast again to find some of the key poses that I want to make sure that the light looks nice on them. So for example, I want to check this moment where he's in this pose. Okay, so somewhere like that. Okay, so I would imagine I would want this top light to be like influencing much more on him. So first I can just do a quick check on the AOV to make sure we have some information there. So let's just double check. So using a layer context sheet, it shows me all my AOV within that EXR. So let's just see ceiling 1. Okay, yeah, I think this light probably can go a touch brighter. That will give a bit more shaping onto his face and the overall shape. Okay, so what we can do now is I can go into this EXR, shuffle out, not sparkle, shuffle out the ceiling 1. Okay, let's just double check. Yeah, so this is how it looks. I'll remove the alpha. Okay, then I want to remove it from my main render first. So I will do this. Okay, and the operation, let's change it to from. Okay, that way we are removing this top light from it. Okay, so let's just rename this node. So this is the ceiling 1. Right. Okay, so after that we want to play with the exposure. Okay, so say here, then we want to increase, maybe change the unit to stops, and then say 1 stop brighter. Let's just look. Yeah, pretty nice. Okay, then we want to plus back these changes into the scene. Okay, yeah, so without and with the changes, maybe can go a touch more. Let's just go 3 for now, just to see how it looks. Yeah, probably it's a touch too bright, but it looks nice. Maybe just keep it to 2.5. Okay, yeah, I quite like the nice bright highlights on the shoulder. Cool, yeah, I like it. And then let's just check other frames to make sure it doesn't look weird. Maybe somewhere here. Okay, so let's just check. Yeah, it looks too bright when he's totally underneath that light. So I think the adjustment is definitely too much. Let's just put maybe 1.5. Yeah, 1.25. Okay, yeah. Let's just check. Yeah, it has the nice shape. Okay, let's just check another frame when he's in it. Yeah, okay, not too bad. Okay, and then towards the end, let's just take a look. Yeah, nice, I like it. Okay, so we want to apply these changes. Of course, we want to keep the scene physically correct first. So we want to apply these changes to the egg itself. The egg as well. So let me just remove this here. Okay, here. Okay, so with and without the changes, yeah, you can see it does give a bit more shaping onto the character, the egg as well. Okay, nice. And then we can apply it to our set as well. Yeah, but the set probably feels that's a bit, yeah. I think it's fine. I will just keep it for now. Okay, and yeah, previously when we talk about this red light, we want to create this like a intruder or some flashing red lights, right? So what we can do is we can first shuffle out the all the red lights. Not sparkle. Shuffle. Okay, so we generated the left and right separately, so we have the screen left red light. Okay, remove the alpha, and we want to shuffle out the screen right one as well. Okay, always rename your nodes and all, so you know you get a clear look on what you are dealing with. Okay, so screen right. Okay, then we plus them together. Okay, so this is my red light from both left and right side. Just double check left and right. Okay, then I want to remove it from my main tree. Okay, wait, the operation is something wrong. This should be here. Should be like that. Okay, yep. So this is my set, and then I want to remove the red light. So again, I can use my merge. Then remove it from the set. Okay, so now it removes the red light. Then of course we want to do some fancy, maybe we want to animate the multiplier of this red light. So let me just plus it back first, so we get to see the overall view. Okay, plus. Okay, and maybe you want to just do some like animation of the light fluctuating to make it looks like maybe some alarm has gone off. Okay, so we'll do the animation later. We'll copy this setup and put into all our character passes. So just make sure we give enough space for them. Okay, so yeah, we can just copy and paste the nodes because the AOVs are named the same, so that's fine. So plug to here. Okay, always keep your Nuke script as clean as possible. So if anyone were to pick up your file, they will not um, start crying. Okay, then this one. Okay, let's just double check the egg, and then increase the key light, remove the red light, and plus it back. Then over. Okay, yeah, that's it. Let me just quickly save first. Okay, so we have the light already technically split out now, and it's with this grid node that's hovering there, which ultimately will be the control to do the fluctuation. Okay, so I'll just use this session to introduce some expression that can be used like for the process of creating like just fluctuating lights. So instead of just going in and keyframe like setting key and then animating this throughout the time frame, we can use expression to say generate some repeated movement. For example, we can use random if you want. So random, open and close bracket. Okay, so what happens now here, if I were to view in the curve editor, you'll see that it generates a random values into this multiplier node. So now if I were to change my time, right, you will see that the multiply value changes. So this will give me a random look. But this alarm thing should be a regular movement. So you can use sign and then dollar frame. Okay, then if you look at the curve editor, you see that it generates the same frequency throughout the whole timeline. Okay, and okay, so now if I were to play back this, it will looks like, okay, let's just do a, yeah, so now if it's too fast, okay, so how can we make use of this expression to slow it down? So basically we can use this, okay, so we can use this frame to slow down the movement. Okay, so what we can do is we can either divide the value, say /2, so that basically means slower the animation by half. Okay, and then we can see how it looks like now. Okay, let's just generate a few more frames. Okay, as you see, I changed the expression. You see that the gap between them gets wider now. So yeah, probably maybe still a little fast, but it's getting there. Okay, so let me just open up the expression again. Oh, did I click something? Okay, if you don't know how to open up this expression box, the shortcut key is the equal button. Okay, so maybe divide by 3. Okay, then let's just preview a few frames. Okay, and then let's just take a look. Yeah, this looks a bit too slow though. Okay, I think I will just keep it as the 2. Okay, so you can either use divide or you can use multiply. So instead of /2, if you use multiply by 0.5, that will give you the same result as divide by 2. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay. So this is how we can quickly generate all this animation without needing to set up the keyframe, which is tedious. Imagine I have 400 frames. I need to go in one by one and set the keyframe, which is painful. And now I need to make sure this grid node is applied onto all the other red lights. For example, the character and my egg pass. But say, of course, I can just copy and paste the grid node. But no, at some point, say after I do my on once render and I don't like it, I want to tweak this again, and then I need to copy this and paste into these grid nodes again. So it's not, it's very tedious on a simple scene like that. But if it's a much bigger scene, you have a lot of different interrelated characters and stuff. It becomes unnecessary work, right? So one way you guys can do is say I have 2 or 3 grid nodes that I want to link with my master one. So this is, for example, 4 is my master one, and I want it to, okay, let me just expose this to 3. Okay, 4 is the master, and I want the 5 and 6 to be controlled with the 4. What I can do is I can, okay, double click the 5. So this is grid 5, and I can hold down control, click on the value, and put it into, say, wait, I want, sorry, wrong. I want my grid 4 to be the master. Click and drop it into the multiply attribute. Okay, so now you can see that both of the 5 and 6 is linked to 4. And if I were to change my grid 4, you can see that all 3 nodes change at the same time. Okay, so I can do that for this. But say, for example, if someone were to take over this file and they want to tweak this red light and they don't know which is the master control, right? Because I could have so many nodes in this scene and they have to go in one by one to find out which is the node that is controlling all the red lights. What we can do is we can create this no op node. Okay, And then let me just change this back to 1. Okay, so basically we want this to be the master control of all the red lights, right? So first we can rename this say red light control. Okay, maybe we want to bold the font so it's and then we can change the color if we want so that it's very obvious. Okay, and then this we can put it at somewhere, you know, it's very obvious, whoever picked up the file can know this is the red light control. Okay, and then okay, to make the look like nicer, we can remove the input so it does not have that line. If okay, without this you see that you get this arrow, right? So if I were to click this, you don't see the arrow. Okay, it's just to make it nicer. Okay, so now we want to have a control here that controls all the multiply setting. Okay, so what you can do is we can go into this node that we created, right click, manage uh, manage user node, I think, manage user knobs. Okay, then we can add, for example, a floating point slider. Okay, we can call this the red light exposure. Okay, then we can just press done. Okay, so now if I double click on my control, I can see that this red light exposure, and then we want this to control all of our the grids that we set up. Okay, so now I can basically go into here, open up the expression, copy what I've set. Okay, remove this, create just a regular node. Okay, go into here, paste the expression. Okay, so if okay, so how do I link this node to this grid node to this control? Very simple. We can either do it the let me just open up tool. Okay, we can either control click the multiplier and just paste onto this the other way around. So control click on this and then drop onto this multiplier node. It will link there. And for example, I mean, in case you forget about this shortcut, so what you can do is you can okay, so now this grid is grid 1 and grid light control. Okay, so what we can do is double click here. Okay, go to the multiply value there. Okay, open up the expression box, can type parent dot red light underscore control dot red light underscore exposure. Okay, so basically we want to tell this node that the parent is the red light control, and we want to grab the exposure, I mean the red light exposure, which is this variable, to link it to this multiply. And if we press OK, you'll see that it's linked there. So now I should get this animation. Let's just do a quick test. Nothing. Okay, let me just double check. This is moving. Yep, it should be moving. Okay, and then okay, let me just view from here. Do a quick test. Yeah, I should get the animation. Okay, then very simple. We can just do this for the rest of the two nodes. So we can I'll just do the quick one so I don't need to type. So control click and drop. Okay, then control click and drop. Okay, so now you can see all three of the grid nodes, it's expression linked to my main control here. Okay, so now like all this, it's just all the stuff that you guys can tweak. So I mean create so that your team get the benefit of it. So say at some point my director said it's flickering too fast. I can just use this control and just tweak any necessary changes here. And say maybe you can add in more. For example, let's say you add a saturation control here. Then for example, if it's too saturated, then we want this control to also have that option for us to control the saturation. Right click, manage user knobs. Okay, we can create another slider. Okay, now we call it the saturation. Okay, we want this to be below, so we want the red light to be higher. Okay, so this is my saturation. So we can just click this, okay, and control it. So now saturation is 1, and we can tweak it, and it will change accordingly. Okay, so just do the same. Yeah, cool. So now you can see that my control is controlling 2 of the stuff that is within the light. So now if I were to view the whole image here, and then if I were to make my saturation, you can see here, um, I can make it basically a white light, and then the saturation at full. So I'll just keep it at 1 for now. Okay. Of course, we can design many stuff. We can use this to control all the exposure of this light as well if you want. You can put in exposure and then link it back to the master control. So let's say you want to make it brighter or darker, you can do that. Okay, so that's a simple way to create a control and using expression to link the nodes that needs the same value onto it. Okay, so now let's just check a few more frames. Yeah, looks pretty nice. I like it. Cool. Let me just. Okay, yeah, I think I quite like how it looks now. So we can just do our regular stuff like adding vignettes or color grading or the overall shot grade that we can add. Okay, let me just find a frame that's nice to evaluate that. I want to see a frame with the red light. So okay, maybe something here. Okay, so let's say let me just do a quick save. Okay, with the volume. So yeah, the volume, I don't fancy this. Yeah, maybe it's too much. I can just gamma it slightly, expose it up a bit more. Okay, so it brightens up some of the core area. Okay, let's just view it. Yeah, I think overall I just feel it's a touch too much, so I reduce the gain. Yeah, okay. Yeah, cool. Let me just double check my contact sheet. Um, okay, yeah. So we need to, of course, add the red lights so that the volume is reacting accordingly to all the uh, with all the expression. So can link it to here. Okay, here. Okay, so let's just double check to make sure it's working. Does it actually have it? No, I'm afraid probably the AOV does not generate with the volume. Let's just check the layer contact sheet again. Yeah, I think the volume doesn't take into consideration of all the lights that is there. So unfortunately, we can't do it. I think we can. The easiest way to do it is you render the volume separately, like the red lights and the top light, and then use the expression to control just the red light itself. Okay, never mind. We'll just keep it. I'll probably re-render the volumes later on. So I'll just keep it for now. Okay, and then yes, we want to just do all the final tweaks here. Okay, let me just turn off my Steam so we don't get the pop-ups. Okay, so Okay, so we will do our regular, say, color correction. So the CC. Okay. Again, I like to make sure all these things are conveyed properly. So if anyone is picking up your file, they know what is happening there, or they will be wondering how come you have this color correct note here. So let's just do a short grid. Okay. Okay. Then say, let me just go to the one with the red light. Okay. Okay, say maybe we want to increase a bit more contrast to this shot, so we can push the contrast just slightly. Okay, before and after, maybe just too much now. 1.1. No, too much. Okay, push the contrast a little bit. Yeah, the image starts to pop now. Then let's just make sure it doesn't kill all my volumes. Okay, yeah. Okay, then yeah, I mean whatever stuff that you guys can tweak. You want to gamma up, gamma down, can do all the stuff. Or if your shadows you want to push the values, you can do that. Okay, then after that we do our, say, vignette. Let me just update my plugins. Okay, vignette. Hey, yeah, it darkens the foreground, but personally I feel it's a touch too much, so I will just go into the amount, reduce it. Yeah, still too much. Yeah, 0.1 maybe. Okay, then we can do our regular expo glow if we want. Okay, let's just plug in. Okay, this probably will blow out everything. Yeah, okay. And of course we only want selection of the areas that is a light source, right? So we can double click this, go into preview. Okay, okay, so now we can just push the values all the way so that it just live with all the bright areas in the scene. So say if I push it something like that. Okay, then just take a look. Okay, and of course I can reduce the multiplier to just bloom a little bit. So now you can see that it adds some nice glow onto that top light. Okay, I think might be a touch too much, so I will just reduce it slightly. Yeah, it adds a nice touch, but we are not really getting the ones at the side as much as I would hope to. Okay, so what I will do is if that's the case, I can create another expo glow. Okay, then I want to select all these ones that I want to enhance the glow. Okay, so what I can do is I can make use of my crypto mat now. Okay, add a picker. You can just pick all the lights area. Am I using the correct? So object. Why is it not? Let me just see if I'm doing it correctly. So remove this. I'll create a new one. Custom mat. Okay, change this to asset picker. Yep. Okay, not sure there's a bug or something. Okay, we just select all the light. Ah, I can't undo. So clear that. Okay. Come on. Um. Okay. That's the light source here. Here. Okay. Then this one of course. Can do it for this one. Oh no! Come on. There should be a way to undo, right? Why does my Control Z not work? picker to remove. Okay, very good. Come on. Okay, I'll just ignore that button for now. Okay, we'll just add more. Okay, and then here, and I think this one here. Okay, yeah, the bottom ones, there's some artifacts during the rendering, so I'm probably not going to do that. Okay, so now I have the mats. Okay, and then I want it to connect to this expo glow tank, so I will just drag up my thing. Okay, so if I view from here, just make sure. Okay, so we need to go into the node and make sure that the mask is selected to the alpha, so just check this. Okay, so now you can see that it's applied to that, and of course we can reduce the multiplier so that it's okay. Before and after, yeah, I kind of liked it. Okay, yep, nice. Okay, and then like when times like that where we have this line that is stretching across all the way, personally I don't enjoy that. So what I will do is I'll create the point here, and I will just double click the node and we will hide the input. Okay, so now that the line is gone, but when you select it, you can see that it's connected to my crypto mat. Cool. Then now, yeah, I think overall it looks pretty good. Yeah, and then of course then now I will just double check everything. We can remove our alpha during the export. Okay, again I like to do a reformat just in case we got any weird thing happening. So just set this back to our HD. Okay, you can crop if you want, if you are afraid that there's anything outside, then we can do our right. Okay, again I'll write in EXR. Okay, so this will be, let me just set off. Okay, I'll write into the project, and then I'll just create a folder called the comp. Okay, then I want the EXR to be named, okay, the project name, so Pantomini dot maybe my name version, and then dot there's 3 heading dot exr. Okay, then once it's done, I'll save my file. Again, just make sure you name your stuff properly so people know when they take over your file. So I can put actually I can do that as well. And then this will be my outputs here. Okay, nice. Yep, I think that's it for the yeah, I'll probably need to fix this artifacts. Let's see if I can do something quick here. I do recall seeing some frames that is okay here, so I think what I can do is I can do a frame hold. Okay, let me just push this thing higher. Okay, I can frame hold this because my camera is not moving, so I can probably cheat something. So I'll frame hold this, which is the frame that is working, so 324, and then I will use a mask to mask out all this like, so let me see if I can get a mask from that. Okay, maybe this, no, I think I have to do this. Okay, IO, I'll remove it later. So I have all that. Yeah, even the alpha is not fully white, so we will not be able to cut all the thing. I think what we can do, we can try see if we can grade up the alpha so that it's solid white. Okay, almost. Yeah, eventually we need to fix this in the render. So um, later on we'll just fix it in the proper render. So now we're just trying to see if we can cheat something. So we want to mask out the okay this. Then if I look at this, okay, so if I look at other frames that is not nice, like here, so we can merge back. Nice one, like that. Yeah, so it fixed, at least it fixed some of the problems. Okay, okay, let's just look at the whole image again. Cool. Yeah, I think probably I also want to go in and then add a light that's pointed from this egg onto the character. That looks nice, I think. Yeah. Um yeah, so this is a quick comp of it. I will run out the EXRs and put into a sequence. So during the start or the end of this demo video, you guys get to see the overall result on this comp. And then yeah, if this session is useful to you or it helps you in any way, do like or subscribe to the channel. If you got any question, feel free to put it in the comment section, and then or ask me anything if you want, or ask if you have anything that you request that you want me to be doing. Feel free to ask that. Yeah, thank you and see you the next time.